Hi, RuPals. As we mentioned on our social media, we won't be covering The Bad Batch Season 2, so we're still on our bi-weekly schedule until The Mandalorian Season 3 comes out. For more on our reasoning behind that, you can read our statement about the Unwhitewash the Bad Batch movement. It's linked in our show notes. So this week, in honor of the High Republic Phase 2 being in full swing, we have something special this year instead. It's the first session of my High Republic tabletop RPG podcast for Light and Dice. If you're already a listener, you probably have already heard this. But if not, the rest of the RuPalps hosts took off this week to let me introduce you to our game. And don't worry, you don't need to know anything about the High Republic to enjoy it, although it will be more fun if you do. And if you want to get into the High Republic, we do have a reading guide in the show notes as well. Anyway, if you enjoyed this episode, make sure to go subscribe to For Light and Dice on its own feed. And as always, may the Force be with you, and don't criff it up. Also, thanks for listening.
Republic expansion to the wild Outer Rim. In a region where criminal organizations thrive, shadow syndicates reign, and crime lords feud across the galaxy, the Republic stands determined to bring justice and light to the furthest frontiers in the galaxy. Meanwhile, a diverse group of individuals band together to survive and thrive in the chaotic cosmos. Banding together for the first time, they purchased a ship called the Phantasmal Squonk, which was available in a junkyard. The old Republic freighter has seen better days, but the new owners don't fully know its origin. The crew of the Phantasmal Squonk set out on a mission for their first job, leading them to the core world of Coruscant.
Go. All right, we start our journey, our story, rather, in a ship. Not just any ship, though. You see, our group of heroes don't exactly come from a life of wealth. Many of them have tried surviving on their own, and it's much too difficult in the wilderness of the Outer Rim, or most parts of the galaxy for that matter, to do so. So, you all have gathered together, pooled what resources you have, and bought the best ship you could afford. Not the best ship, mind you, just the best one that you can afford. Would anybody like to say the name of the ship?
Oh, it's the Phantasmal Squonk.
The Phantasmal Squonk. Named after the artwork that is on the outside of the ship. What is a squonk? It is an actual Star Wars canon bird creature of some sort that is really weird looking, quite frankly. But it's Star Wars. What are you going to do? You all have received a job, one of the few jobs that you actually qualify for with your experience level. It is you were told in a description that you are to go to Coruscant to meet with someone and pick up a package and deliver it. Sounds simple enough, right? However, you haven't been told what you're picking up and where you are taking it to. In the job description, it is mentioned that when you arrive to Coruscant, you will be given information on where specifically to meet your contact, and then after you have picked up said package, you will be told where you're going to take it. And with that said, in the Phantasmal Squonk, you all are barreling through hyperspace. The hyperspace engine on the Phantasmal Squonk isn't necessarily the best. Many of you have heard stories of heroes, Jedi, mercenaries, and soldiers bouncing between system to system in their very fast ship. That is not the Phantasmal Squonk. You've actually been in hyperspace for several days, cooked up together, getting to know each other for the first time. The good thing about the Phantasmal Squonk is that it does have plenty of space. There are large cargo holds that are currently empty. There are rooms, plenty of rooms for each one of you to have a place to stay and sleep. And there is a gathering area where it looked like at some point there may have been gaming tables set up and nice chairs and sofas, but they've all been ripped out. The only furniture of any kind in the ship are in the rooms as well as in the cockpit. Who is currently flying the ship?
Wow, that's
No one.
Who is flying the ship?
Oh, wow.
Now, clarifying question, Chris, because
Sure.
I'm about to make a lot of people's lives a lot easier. What is the class of the ship that you decided upon?
It is a light freighter.
Is it the light freighter that is based on the one from the Old Republic video game?
That's correct.
So the interior of those ships do contain 2 pilot spaces, the same as there's a pilot and a co-pilot station, the same
Right.
as yes. So I am going to go ahead and say that Wynn is in one of those seats at present.
Okay. Is Wynn, are you flying by yourself, or is anybody else gonna jump in too?
I think since I think we mentioned in the before, the beforehand knowledge stuff that this ship is stuck in Huttese.
Correct.
So I think as acting protocol droid for this crew, I would be co-piloting just to make sure no translation errors occur.
Question for one in. Since you are a jizz whaler, are you also diddling a little song as you work?
Yeah, no, as I'm just sitting there, I have a little hollow synth that I'm playing on that goes straight to IA-1N's memory banks.
Zero is standing behind the pilot and co-pilot seats and silently, well, not silently because they make a lot of noise, but in terms of just speech, not saying a word, but silently judging how the ship is being piloted. But just sort of standing there.
We have a backseat driver droid, is what you're saying?
Yes.
I love that so much.
We essentially woke up on their ship, and they were like, "Get off my lawn!" Oh, I guess not.
Yeah, Zero definitely believes that the ship is theirs because they were found on the ship with no memory, but clearly they were there before anyone else, so they think the ship belongs to them and is, not a fan that other people are driving it, but allows it to happen.
Awesome. What is everybody else doing? What is everybody else doing right now? You expect, according to the computers, bear in mind they are in Huttese, so it does help to know Huttese to be able to understand what the ship is saying. But you are expecting any moment now to be dropping out of hyperspace. So what would everybody else be doing while others are flying the ship?
I was telling my lovely co-players earlier, before we started, that as my class, I get to pick a specialty kit. And out of all the list of very useful specialty kits, from healing items to tech items to all these things, I chose for Gaz the chef kit. So Gaz is in the kitchen packing up the rest of their lunch to make sure that they're all going to have food and they're all going to be okay with their very little rations. And it is essentially tiny little microwave meals that was all they could afford, and making sure to check her little pouches to make sure they're full of healing Slim Jims and Cheez-Its, and getting ready to get off at Coruscant, which the closer she got to Coruscant, the least happier and quieter she's got, because she's not very excited about going back there.
I want you to know that when you're saying the little meals you're preparing, I was just thinking about Lunchables.
Yes,
That's what I'm picturing in my head is Lunchables.
They're little Lunchables, but I put a sprig of Flution dust on it, so it's like a charcuterie board, whatever it's called.
Oh my goodness. And Lysander, what do you think you would be doing?
He's just pacing kind of back and forth. One, because he's never been to any of the core worlds, so it's just like, oh, what is Coruscant going to be like? So this is really exciting for him. But also, he's like, we've been stuck in hyperspace for so long. It should not take this long.
Right, they don't mention this in the stories, that this actually traveling does take a lot longer than how it sounds. So Gaz, so just for the listeners, we since most of us are brand new to tabletop role-playing games, and I am brand new as a DM to Star Wars 5th edition, we're gonna, call out some specific roles, take our time with it, just because this is like an introductory game for us. So with that said, Gaz, you get the honor of doing the first ever roll for this game. We're gonna roll to see how well you cook.
Oh God.
So you're gonna take your D20 and roll it, and add your survival bonus to it.
Survival. What? Which one's Oh, that's under wisdom. So here we go, you guys. The first
I love
roll.
that it's survival. I love that's the skill you chose. That's amazing.
Thanks, Chris. Thanks, everyone. Here we go. It's a 4, so it's a 6.
So guys, you think you're doing an excellent job cooking, but the stench in the ship is overwhelming. It's like the spice. It's very spicy. There's weird kind of like chemical smells coming out, and it's kind of going all over the ship.
What the crap are you cooking in there?
Look, it came with the ship. I'm doing the best I can. Maybe this is Zero's food? Does Zero eat? Do we know if they eat?
I do not require sustenance.
Okay. So, hey, Lysander, you want to cheese it?
I'd rather starve, but thank you for the offer.
Well, at least we're going to be at Coruscant soon. There's everything to eat on Coruscant, so are you nervous?
Now, why? Sorry. Why would I be nervous?
I don't know. First time. It's big. I mean, it's Coruscant, so it sucks, but it's big. It's easy to get lost forever. Oh. Don't wander away. Get a buddy.
One in. Can you check the readout again? Are you sure none of these say it's leaking?
Certainly. Let me look. We're not leaking.
Woo!
Hooray.
At this point, alarms ring off on the computer consoles in the cockpit, alerting you that you are dropping out of hyperspace. The computer shouts at you in Huttese. You're not quite sure what it says unless you speak Huttese. If you do, it's just an alert saying, we're dropping out of hyperspace. But to the rest of you,
Sorry.
But to the rest of you, it just sounds like "Huka tuta."
Well, hopefully that's the "we're not about to die" alarm.
That either means we're coming up on Coruscant or we're about to hit a star. It's one of those two.
Is our ship so crappy that it's shaking as we're coming out of Coruscant?
It's not shaking, actually. It's actually quite smooth. Shockingly.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. So I can't accidentally, quote unquote, drop the food on the floor. Great.
Indeed. Not yet, anyway. The ship does suddenly drop out of hyperspace, and it gives a violent jerk across the entire ship. Can everybody make dexterity saving throws, please?
Oh, I'm amazing at those.
And
is that a D20?
A D20 plus you're going to look for a dexterity saving throw.
So that is a dirty 20 for IA1N.
Nice. You're looking for a 10 or higher. Unfortunately, for our chef, you're going to be at disadvantage, which means that you're going to roll twice. and you're going to take the lowest d20. You're handling so many different things right now, food and whatnot, that it's harder for you to maintain your balance.
Hey, even
I
with
have
my
bad news.
Oh.
I got a 1.
Ah!
This campaign is off to a great start.
Wow.
Good
wow.
job. I got a 9.
Okay.
You said the lowest, right?
Even
The
with
lowest.
my incredible -1, I did get a 14, so.
As Wen is currently strapped in, they have received a 15. And
Awesome.
do not go flying. Because someone on this ship put their seatbelt on.
That's amazing. Did anybody fail besides Gauze? Nope.
Lysander
Awesome.
spectacularly.
Yeah,
I got a
Lysander got a
1.
nat 1.
I got
Oh,
that
okay.
1.
That's funny. Yeah, so Gauze and Lysander. So Gauze just her food goes all over the place. And Lysander, you are seeing like food coming towards you and at you. When the ship actually drops completely out of hyperspace, it forces the entire ship to shake and shift. Food goes all over you, Lysander, and you also trip down onto the slick floor. You don't even want to know what you fell into. There's just like food and sauce and grease all over you right now.
Are you kidding me? Gauze, why?
I blame the pilot. What are you guys doing? You made me drop things on Lysander.
I also blame the pilot.
So when you're checking the console immediately after you go out of hyperspace, you do for a brief moment see and view Coruscant, a massive planet that is, as we know, just one giant city with ships flying in and out every which way. You've never been to a system before, I believe, with so many ships leaving and coming and arriving. But you don't get more than a second to enjoy the view before the computer begins to throw up alerts. Red lights start to sparkle and flash all over in the cockpit, and you actually see a large panel of metal flying across the cockpit, and the ship begins to continuously shake.
If you have seatbelts in your size, I recommend using them.
You know everything back here is gutted, right?
Yeah, wow, that's so helpful.
Here, let me
Well,
help.
grab onto something that's not each other.
I'm trying to clean Lysander, and I take a tiny tissue out and put it on Lysander's face. There you go.
Thanks.
I think he'll be fine for the next 5 minutes.
So, what's around us that we could probably sit or grab or buckle down with?
There are some empty boxes, and there's a lot of piping and such coming out of the walls that you could probably wrap your arm around and lean onto.
So, as much as I want to put gauze in a box just to write it out, she goes over and grabs a pipe for dear life.
Yeah, Lysander also grabs a pipe.
Awesome. When it seems that the stabilizer on the ship is broken, and it is giving you a warning sign too that power cufflink is malfunctioning.
I'm going to repeat that to the people who know what they're doing when it comes to fixing ships.
Fine, I'll go look at it. And Zero just slowly, like not in a hurry at all, definitely not taking this seriously as they should, just slowly walks to the area of the ship where that would be to try and fix it.
You head down to the engine room, and there are whiffs of black smoke coming out. If you breathe air, this would be concerning, but you do not. Getting closer to the actual engine itself, you do see off of some of the pipes that are following along the wall that there appears to be sparks flying out and a small tiny fire.
Oh boy. All right. Let me look at my skills that I can do. All right. I have the tech casting ability of mending.
Mm-hmm.
This ability repairs a single break or tear in an object you touch, such as a broken chain link, 2 halves of a broken key, blah 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 blah. As long as the break or tear is no longer than 1 foot in any dimension, you mend it, leaving no trace of the former damage.
Okay, and is that automatic, or do you have to roll for something?
It says duration instantaneous. I do not think I have to. It just uses one of my tech points.
Awesome.
So yeah, I tech cast I touch it, and I think probably like little sparks come out of my hand and try to repair this thing.
Yeah, so Zero, you are able to quickly repair this part of the ship, and you do note that this ship has seen much better days than it currently is now. It's not as stable as you would like for it to be. When, meanwhile, you are getting closer to Coruscant, the ship's controls are malfunctioning slightly while Zero is mending it. What do you do?
How are the controls visibly malfunctioning? In a way that I can see?
Yes.
What does that look like? Is it like things flickering? Is there sparks?
There are a lot of navigational UIs that would give you information like what trajectory you should enter for the atmosphere, as well as like any protocols that a lot of the Coruscant systems will automatically broadcast for anybody that's arriving into the system. Those messages right now are scrambled, so you're not quite sure what the protocol should be for arriving into Coruscant. Of course, it would be in Huddies anyway, and you can still pilot the ship just visually, but you don't have very many gizmos right now to help tell you what the actual pathway should be.
I whack the computer a few times and then say, well, I'm out of ideas, and grab hold of the steering mechanism of the ship.
So make a piloting roll.
$18.
Oh wow. Just by going by feeling and sight, the ship is properly navigated into the atmosphere, and at that point, all of the systems come back online. The actual instructions to arrive into Coruscant indicates to you in Huddies a bunch of information. You're not quite sure what it says.
All right. IA-1N is going to calmly and collectively screen the docking procedures at Win.
The information that it gives you is that if you are a citizen of Coruscant, please follow these instructions. If you are a freighter or a shipper, please follow these instructions. If you are part of the security guard, please follow these instructions. And they basically tell you to whatever path you follow, you have to send a transponder code to a certain frequency, and you're expected to get some kind of response with instructions on where to dock.
Okay, so what seems easier? Like, what would be easier, docking as a civilian or docking as a freighter?
How about you roll for that? Let's make a lore roll.
That is a 9.
Oh, definitely as a civilian.
Okay. Since I lived on Coruscant previously, would I still have all those codes that I?
You do. You have a lot of codes that would let you transmit. They're older. They're an older code.
Okay. Well, hopefully they'll check out. All right. I'll start walking Win through where to park, and then I will transmit the info necessary.
Instructions: lower volume, faster pace, please.
Yes, sorry. Okay, go over there. They're gonna point.
That works.
So when you're getting these instructions, you know now how to fly. Can you make another piloting roll to see if you can stick to the plan?
I got a natural 20, which gives me a total of 23.
Good God.
Good God. So you immediately and very quickly fly down into Coruscant. The system is busy as it ever is. You avoid traffic, weave in and out of different lanes. There are other ships barking noises, honking at you, or the equivalent of honking at you. And you very quickly get down to the top level of Coruscant, where there are several public docking bays that you can choose from. And at that moment, a transmission is sent to the ship, and it alerts you. Instruction.
It alerts me.
It alerts you. There are instructions, this time in basic, so you can read it. You are to travel to a place called the Moshi Bar. It is on the 500th level of Coruscant, and you will be your contact will meet you there.
Has the ship fully landed down?
You are parking the ship as you receive this information.
All right.
I went and sorry, go.
I parked the ship down, and then I announced toward the back, "Welcome to Coruscant, home of the Jedi, seat of the Senate, and busiest place in the galaxy relative to the amount of good food you can get. Do not eat anything below level 1000.
Seat of the Senate? Ew.
Seat
why?
of the...
Ugh. I mean, it fits politicians, but still. Yes. Well, that
we
was
are
nice.
supposed... Sorry, go ahead.
I didn't think he was a real pilot. That was nice.
I did have a question about if there's anything still going on in the engine room after I did my mending.
Thankfully, you were able to fix everything.
All right, cool. Yeah, so Zero will, upon hearing that we have arrived, just again sort of slowly march their way up towards the front of the ship to join everyone else.
You're coming with us, right, big guy?
Oh, I suppose. Not much to do around here.
Good, because you're scary. We'll need you. Come on.
Thanks.
We are supposed to head to the... I tapped the monitor several times. Moshi Bar? I never heard of this. We're supposed to go to the Moshi Bar to meet our contact.
Would I know what the Moshi Bar is, since I have a love of food and entertainment and stuff?
You can make a lore roll.
That one's intelligence.
And I would say because you're from Coruscant, you can make an advantage. So that means that you roll 2d20s and you take the higher one.
I'm not taking my one that rolled the 4 earlier. 19 plus 1, so a dirty 20. Is that what dirty 20 means?
That is what a dirty 20 means.
I'm learning what the kids say.
The Moshi Bar actually has quite an infamous history. People usually don't go down there unless they're a part of a criminal guild or they're a bounty hunter. It's a place where not very many members of the security group in Coruscant would go. Jedi very rarely go there. It's rumored to be a place where a lot of criminal business is handled.
Wait, did you say we're going to the Moshi Bar?
That is, in fact, what I said. Yes.
Yeah, Zero, you're coming with us.
That makes me nervous.
All
Why?
right.
No, it's great. It's great. It's gonna be fine, guys. It's, just don't talk to anyone or look at anyone or take anything and pay attention and watch your surroundings and especially your peripherals. It's gonna be fine.
I am completely reassured by that series of words.
I mean, if I can get in there without pants, you'll be fine.
I would recommend shooting first and asking questions later.
I would not. But actually, having one in is great too, because if we need a distraction, they can just start playing music. It'll be great.
Sure.
Who's the leader of this group?
As
I
owner
nominate
of the
myself.
You know what?
I disagree with that.
If
I
anybody
also
disreputable
disagree.
asks, I'm gonna say it's the Jizz Whaler.
All right, the plan. The Jizz Whaler's in charge, and we're their backup in their entourage. Yeah. And we'll throw the pilot out there.
Which pilot? There's technically two of us, and I feel like the other one maybe should go in front, you know?
Oh, he can read
He's-
Hutchies. What are you talking about? He like they're more valuable.
I was talking about Zero.
No, they are our sweet like silent person, and they're cute, and we're gonna
Sweet?
get you fixed up.
Sweet?
Mm-hmm.
I just want to say that with this face, I don't think I'm much of a backup entourage person. I think
What
That-
face? All of you humans look the same.
maybe to you.
This is going great. What time do we have to meet the contact?
The instructions don't include a time.
Oh, okay.
So what? Do we just go there and wait?
We have. Would I know? Is it like exclusive? Do you have to be like wait in line to get in?
It depends on the time of day. During the day, which it currently is, at least the sun is up in Coruscant, it's a little quieter, and so they usually don't even have like a door person. But on busier evenings, they'll have a bouncer, a long line out in front, type of situation.
Well, we can just like walk right in. It'll be fine. We get like, if we get there before 2, we can have their special crab dips. You've never had a great crab dip unless it's from like Castellon, guys. Oh my god, let's go.
I've never had a crab dip, period.
You'll love it.
I've dipped a crab.
This is going well.
Oh, anyway, it is our sweet baby boy Lysander's first time on Coruscant. Come on, let's go see it. And I shove Lysander out to Coruscant off the ship.
Whoa! Why?
I assume that there is a ramp you have to open to get out of the ship, from what I recall on the schematics.
So I shove Lysander into a wall.
As
Oh my god!
as Lysander is shoved to the closed ramp, I really fast reach over and hit the button to open the ramp, which may or may not help the situation at all.
Damage to Lysander than anything else.
Please tell me they tumble out like a cartoon like that.
Well, apparently Lysander's getting bullied now. Lysander,
this
can
is
you make a
painful.
can you make a dexterity saving throw, please?
Yeah.
Trying to let him experience the city for the first time.
If I get in that one again, I got a 7.
Yeah, so it doesn't help that there's still a bunch of grease and food at the bottom of your boots. So when you're pushed off the ramp, you kind of slide down, and you don't quite like fall on your butt or anything, but you almost like tumble over and trip down. This is also the first time you notice that where the bottom of the ramp ends up, there is somebody standing out there in a dark blue uniform with orange stripes coming off the sides. This human is wearing a hat, and he seems to be looking curiously at you, and he has a big data pad in his arm. And he looks down at you and says, "Hello. That was weird."
Dick Merrick. Yeah. Sorry about that. Can we help you?
Oh yes, I'm an attendant here for the docking bay. It'll be 100 credits per day to keep this ship here.
100 credits? Hold on 1 second. Lysander goes back up the ramp. Do y'all have 100 credits?
No, tell him that. Talk him out of it.
I guess, okay.
Ask
Listen,
if it's payable now or when we leave.
Alright,
Well-
alright.
rule number
Find-
one of
find out if
Coruscant.
they'll-
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Charles.
Find out if they'll let you sign up for a credit shit, pay it, and then we'll never touch it again.
Rule number one of Coruscant: always haggle. I believe in you. Not really.
I don't, but this should be funny.
Nice. So Lysander goes back down the ramp, just like, is it really 100 credits? Can we discuss the price of this?
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely. That is the price. We don't haggle here.
Well, what if I say that we pay later? Is that okay?
No. I need to collect payment from you now, or else I'm going to get in lots of trouble.
The thing is, I swear that me and my crew over here, we're good on our word. We'll pay the 100 credits when we get back. We just are kind of in a rush right now and need to leave right now.
Crick and freaking crick. What-
Lysander, can you make a persuasion roll?
Yeah. I got a 16 and I have a +6. So
Oh, so that's
22.
wow.
Damn!
Well, listen, I'll mark you as paid for now, but when you come back, you have to pay, otherwise I'll lose my job.
Of course. We don't want anyone losing their jobs now, do we?
No, we don't.
Yeah, of course. You have my word. We'll pay you the 100 credits when we get back.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Have a wonderful day.
You too. Lysander pats him on the back.
He kind of smiles and just looks oddly at you and then walks away.
In the cockpit of the ship, Wynn slowly lowers their large Duros forehead down to touch against 4 of their fingers in a gesture of exasperation.
Gaz is just watching for the ramp, and she just starts going,
Yeah,
Wow.
Lysander turns back and is like, yeah, thumbs up. It's like, you did it.
dang. I was just gonna bullshit him, but you did it nicely. Huh, kindness does go somewhere.
Yeah, so when you get on the platform, there are many bridges and pathways off into the main city areas. From there are lots of public transit options, taxis, and there are also a lot of park speeders everywhere. How do y'all get down to the 500th level?
Guys,
We can just take one of these speeders, right?
can you fit on one?
That would be theft. And that's often discouraged in places like the top part of Coruscant.
Why?
Are there level lifts that we could take too? I guess actually better question. How close are we to the club is the better question.
It's pretty far.
Oh, okay. So we
It's
have to, like,
30 or 40 miles away.
I guess we could take public transport.
Traveling
Probably the
with
safest bet.
other beings?
Yes, with other beings.
This does not sound optimal.
Yeah, well, Tiny over here decided to put us in debt 100 credits, so we can't exactly go making waves.
We'll be fine. We're not paying it. Gaz is looking around, like her eyes are constantly dotting to different like store and vendor fronts, and she does look a little on guard. But she is very much honing in on like what stores are around her than actual people.
Lysander's the opposite. Lysander's like, wow, look at all these people.
Lysander's having his Rapunzel moment of just like, look at the world.
And yeah, if you've never been on a place like Coruscant before, you've never seen so many people and so many different varieties of species just walking around.
Zero does not remember nor care if they've been on a world this populated before.
Oh my god. So, yeah. So, are y'all going public transit, or you gonna try to steal a speeder?
Oh god.
Why
I
don't
think-
we let the former Coruscant native decide the best way to get there?
So just to clarify, we could take like public transport would be like essentially like oh god, brain work. It's a sandwich place, Subway. Like
Yeah.
it would be like taking a Subway.
Yeah, except they actually fly around, move through different levels as well. But it takes a while if you're going to go by public transit.
Probably as long as
And
it
then
would
you can
take
also call a taxi.
Can all of our asses fit in a taxi?
I did
Zero
look
is
this.
7.5 feet tall, just so you know.
Okay.
So-
A
so-
top-down taxi.
So no.
All right, I think the best way to get kind of points at Zero, we should take a train. Let's get to the subway.
Fine.
And then baby boy gets to look at more, Gus says, like rubbing Lysander's shoulder. We'll get you a t-shirt. They last longer.
No.
Oh, now we have to. One of those that's like, I visited Coruscant and I didn't die t-shirts? Yeah. Hot.
Well,
hot green.
we've not gotten that far yet.
Hey, one in. Have you ever been to Coruscant with your little musical career?
Yes, but not for my musical career.
Oh,
What
well,
does that
that's-
mean?
I don't know.
Don't worry about it.
Okay. It's only a little concerning. All right, so we're looking for the subway, Chris.
Yeah, there is a close by raised platform station, not very far from where you're standing. It is full of people waiting for the next train, or the next, I should say, shuttle. And only a couple minutes go by before the next one shows up. On this part of Coruscant, you notice that they're not asking for any money or credits. Public transit up here is free for all. There are also large glass monitors playing different newsreels. One catches your eye in particular, where there is a news report with a caption, Starlight Beacon continues construction. And there is a interview with Supreme Chancellor Lena Sol explaining how important this project is for the entire galaxy.
Is the person not paying for it with their taxes?
I feel like they've been building that Starlight Beacon for forever now. When do you think it's going to be finished?
I don't know. Probably soonish. Maybe a year. Sorry,
It'll be finished.
Meta jokes. It's fine.
It'll be finished whenever they stop being able to write it off on the Republic's contractors' taxes.
Here's gonna be really cool though, crawling with all them Jedi.
Oh, I want to see the Jedi.
Dude.
I never seen a Jedi, but nobody I know that's ever met one was that impressed. They just stand there all serene and blonde with their lightsabers. And
What is a Jedi exactly? You keep mentioning these creatures. I have no.
So the Jedi are a group of space lizards and monks. They may or may not sleep with each other. We don't actually know. It's debatable. But they have this thing called the Force, apparently. It's all kind of bullshitty, and they can
It's
move
it's
stuff
not
with their brain.
bullshit.
So it's all kind of bullshitty, and they can move stuff with their mind, apparently. And they have laser swords, and they think they're in charge of everything, and they're made up of, like, all species. It's just not one species. Like, any species could be a Jedi. I don't know. I've only seen them on TV screens.
I knew a spacer who said that the Jedi are not allowed to sleep with each other except for one day out of the entire Coruscant year,
Well, happy
called
wife day.
Jedi-gasm. Apparently, it's a big deal. I don't know. Some spacer told. And then
I've read
Gwen
some
pauses
books.
and looks over at Lysander. How old are you again?
I'm 25.
Really?
Is-
Yeah.
Oh.
Is
I
that?
know I look young, but please.
I don't know. I have a
so-
problem with human ages.
They're a group of space wizards who may or may not be able to move things with their minds, and everyone is worried about how much they sleep with each other.
And they're kind of like in
Yes.
charge of everything.
Listen,
you know?
I've read some books about the Jedi. They seem pretty cool. Also, I've read a lot of romance books about them. That's unrelated.
Those
But
are
it seems
really-
like in those books that they can sleep with each other quite often.
I don't understand why the sleeping with each other is relevant. Like,
Oh. Have
Sorry.
you read Jedi Saber Nighter Day? Because that was a really steamy one.
No, I don't think I have.
I'll lend it to you. It's so good.
right then.
Amazing. Yeah, so the shuttle parks into the station. The doors fly open. A stampede of people get out of the train, and another group try to break through and rush it.
I'm going to do that.
I am pushing Zero, like, get on the train!
Zero does not like move any faster at all. Just continues to slowly.
Zero, put your hand in there so the door doesn't close on you.
Fine.
And then we hold up the train for 10 minutes.
Yeah, and everyone around you is super annoyed that it's taken you so long to get into the train, and you're doing it in such a way where you're blocking the door, keeping it open. The shuttle sounds an alarm, calling out to you that the doors have stayed open for too long, but it doesn't move until you're all the way in.
I flick off all the people and then grab my little handle above me. Like,
As soon as the shuttle starts to take off and move through the rest of Coruscant, it does eventually dive down starting into the lower levels. You notice though that the gravity system on the ship doesn't make you feel like you're just suddenly going to fall forward into the ship. It maintains a flat plane. I forget what the scientific term for that is. While you all are waiting, there is a Godel who is dressed in very dirty clothing. It looks like this goat person hasn't bathed in a very long time, and you can overhear him walking from person to person, asking people, "Please, can I have some credits?"
Oh, it's a Godel this time. You know, I had a Wookiee panhandler on a shuttle in Corellia once. I don't want to talk about what happened.
What did they do with the pans?
Don't worry about it, big guy.
Okay.
Gaz doesn't opens one of her pouches and just offers I keep calling them Slim Jims, but in like Star Wars they're actually like nutrition cylinders that they like eat in Clone Wars. They're like little white bars. Here you go, bud.
1 second.
Oh god, no! Why are you rolling?
The Godel looks at it at your food, and he actually smiles and takes it, and he just says, "Thank you."
Wish it could be more.
One N is going to I don't have like a good basis for like how much one credit is. So is it like $1 or is it like a...
I've been treating it like $1. Just
Okay.
Takes the credit and thanks you profusely. Thank you. And walks away without pickpocketing any of you.
No, that's nice. Thanks.
Here's our good deed for the trip. But if we hand it out to everybody who asks for credits, we'll be in even more debt than we already are.
In debt will be fine.
So,
And as I say this, I turn directly to look at Gauze and Lysander as if I pegged them as the most likely to hand out all of our money to panhandlers.
What?
I didn't even do anything.
Yeah.
Yet.
Don't judge him. He already smells from all that horrible stuff he fell in.
Why must you remind me?
Nah, you just smell like Coruscant. It's fine. You'll fit right in.
The train finally makes it down to the 500th level after being on. I keep calling it a train. The shuttle goes down 500 feet, 500 levels, and it takes about 3 hours to get down to the club area. Yeah. By the time you finally arrive there, you know the sun is starting to set on the surface level, but you can't quite tell that anyway. You're so far below the surface that there is no light from above coming down here, and all of the lighting is provided by neon signs, all in Orabesh, inviting you in, mostly food establishments, other bars, and of course, droid pleasure shops, shall we say? And I put that in quotes. This part of Coruscant is also less populated. There aren't nearly as many people on the streets. There are a lot of dark alleyways where you can unfortunately see some people passed out sleeping. There's lots of trash and litter in certain spots, and graffiti is everywhere. The Moshi Bar is presented by a neon pink sign out in front that simply says Moshi's in Orabesh as well as in Huddies. And there are no windows. There is a 10-foot wide doorway, 15 feet tall, to allow for people of all shapes and sizes to squeeze through the entrance. There is no bouncer, and there is no evidence of any kind of security at the entrance as well. You can hear music booming from within.
It's the song of our people.
Do 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 do.
Sorry. Alright, we're here.
This feels like an entirely different planet than
Yeah.
the
That's how it
upper
works.
levels.
Yeah.
Personally, I think we should swing by one of those droid pleasure shops. This droid has been miserable since the moment you woke me up,
I mean, that
so
might
I would like to feel good right now. I don't really know what that means.
that might not be the worst idea. Maybe they can stop being so loud when they walk and sound like a dying loth cat.
Oh, do you think they do repairs there?
And how do y'all expect to pay for any of that?
Yeah, I was
Because
just
I
about
got
to
10
ask.
credits in my pocket, and that's about it.
I'm still not entirely convinced you didn't steal those from me.
Chris
I
does.
conspicuously say nothing in response.
Because I'm very intrigued by the idea of a droid pleasure place. Does this place give repairs?
Not for droids.
All right, cool. Oh, that kind of.
Let's just get the job done. Let's go.
Hold on. DM?
Yeah.
For hilarity points, can Gauze, with her knowledge of Coruscant, suddenly realize in character exactly what a droid pleasure palace does?
I think the reaction is legitimate, and I think valid. And Hope is currently losing their shit.
Zero sees Gaz's change in demeanor as like, what?
Oh, honey. We should just go inside.
Oh, okay.
We'll get you fixed up somewhere else and buy you a nice hat with Lysander's light green
hat?
shirt. Yeah, you look very dapper in a hat.
Suppose I am wearing a poncho.
I forgot you were wearing a poncho. That's awesome.
Why not a hat? And Zero just ducks into the door.
Yeah, Lysander, someone wants to get the clothes that I want to gift to them.
I'm sorry, I have more fashion taste.
I'm writing this down. My goal is to put Lysander in a t-shirt.
I slowly begin kind of half poking, half moving one end to follow Zero. Out in front, leader man, droid, person, and follow the poncho.
One in, you coming?
Yes, I am. And as I enter, I'm going to, do a cursory sweep to make sure I don't recognize anyone in this here establishment. Not that I would, of course, but I just want to make sure that I don't.
Can I join in that too?
Yes. What would that be? I think that's a lore rule. Or actually, I would allow lore or investigation, your choice.
Okay, perfect.
I'm looking for my old faction members. So I lost the dice. All right, come back.
That is a 14.
Ooh,
Okay.
I got a dirty 20. I'm keeping this yellow dice out. It's giving me some good ones.
You all enter this establishment, and it's not particularly big. All the booths along the walls of the circular chamber is situated in such a way where the lighting doesn't quite reach into the booth, so you can't quite see exactly who is sitting in there. Just shadowed silhouettes. And there is a large bar that is currently being maintained by a two-headed medical droid with 6 arms. The arms are able to elongate, so it can, without actually physically moving, reach out to any bottle or any spigot, activate it, pour drinks, and serve it to people. The bar is not particularly busy at the moment, and Gaz and I went in. You both recognize a person that you both know for different reasons. They are a anacondan, which is a snake person, with gold scales, and they're named Wicker. They are known to be a very popular smuggler, and they also have a reputation for never messing up a job.
Shit.
And you also have a strong feeling that's probably who you're here to meet.
What's wrong,
You
Gauze?
seem perturbed.
Oh no, it's gonna be great. I think I need a drink. I go to the bar.
The bartender extends a speaker arm towards you, and you can so it doesn't have to actually walk towards you, but it's still able to speak directly in front of your face. It says, "What will you be having?"
What's free?
Nothing. If you do not intend to spend credits here, please leave immediately.
I can pay for the water. Water?
Water will be 5 credits.
What? For water? Can I have a glass?
I do not understand the request.
I would like an empty glass, please.
Are you a species that consumes glassware as part of your daily diet?
No. I am the health inspector, and I wish to check the quality of your glasses and the cleanliness of them.
Yes.
Can you make a persuasion roll?
Oh, God. Where's my yellow dice? Persuasion. Oh, shit. It's a 1. Plus 2. So it was a natural 1.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Is anybody else going to try to be persuasive?
I am
I'll
going.
step in.
Oh,
Thanks.
I'll
sorry.
let Lysander do it.
Yeah. What my friend over here means to say,
Lysander looks at Gauze like, why the hell were you trying to take a glass in the first place?
Because I was gonna fill it up in the bathroom.
Oh my god.
Cheap ass free water.
Can we start a tab?
Yes.
Just, what is your cheapest drink here?
We serve motor oil.
Zero perks up a bit.
All right, we're gonna start a tab for our friend Zero here.
Yeah, and he'll take out a bucket and pour it with this like black oozy substance and hands it over to you.
And the name for the tab is Lena So.
Very well.
Thank you. I'll take my 5 credit water, you cheapskate. I was trying.
And he gives you water.
Yay! I don't have to fill it up in the bathroom.
Zero will take the oil and I don't really know how they consume oil, but we'll look up at the other droid and say, "Do you have a straw?"
He hands you a kit that you can erect like a simple pumping system and connect it to yourself.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. They take it and assemble it and hook it up.
Awesome. Okay. Yeah. So you all now have your drinks.
Want
And the
anyone
place-
a drink?
Once I am satisfied that Gaz is not going to get herself dragged out of the bar for pretending to be the health inspector, I, sans drink, use the opportunity caused by the others to go ahead and walk over towards the Anacondan.
Okay. When right before you do that, Lysander, can I ask you to make a wisdom saving throw, please?
Yeah, but also I'm scared. Wisdom. Did I have a modifier?
There should be a saving throw under wisdom.
Then I have a 12.
There's something weird in this room for you. You feel suddenly a very cold wind has suddenly blown through the room, but there's no wind in this room. And there are many, many, many voices kind of moving through the back of your mind, but you can't quite understand what they're saying. And there's just like many, many whispers. And it's something to do with something that's near the Anaconda, but you can't see what.
Lysander's like looking around the room and turns to the others like, did you all hear that?
Want the shitty music?
No.
My audio receptors did not pick up anything unusual.
What is it?
I hear whispers.
Oh, you hear voices. Okay.
We're just gonna put that on pause. None of us have the money for a psych droid right now, so
If
you just kind of keep that to yourself.
they start
Maybe
telling-
post about it on the HoloNet.
if they start talking about stabbing people, go after not us first.
I think Zero will take this a little more seriously and
Thank
try
you.
to like tune their audio receptors a little more acutely to try to see if they can pick up anything that is being quietly whispered.
No, you just hear the really bad music very loudly. Yeah,
Sorry, I wanted to clarify that I am saying this as I am starting to walk away towards Wicker while the scene at the bar is continuing to occur.
Yeah, so when you approach Wicker first, and Wicker for a moment looks up at you, and with the end of its tail, it has some kind of data pad that is beeping, and he holds the data pad up to you and looks surprised, and puts the data pad away and gestures you to sit down with its head.
I take a seat as I actively say, "Is this seat taken?"
No.
Great. I'll take the chance to get off my feet for a bit.
So you're the ones I'm supposed to be meeting with?
We believe so. My name is IC3L. It is a pleasure.
Is it? You're not what I expected.
You know, I feel like we all get that a lot.
So you have your own ship, then?
There is a ship that we are on. Yes. Yeah, you know, we're gonna go with yes as the answer to the question.
Clarification question. Me, Zero, and Lysander are at the bar, and then IA, 1N, and Wen are across the room, correct?
Right.
All right, continue. So we can't hear what's happening.
Not over the horrible music, no.
Cool. Just making sure. Okay.
You will take this, then, as per your instructions. And the anacondan wraps his lower half of his body around this very large metal box that has a lot of lights and buttons coming off of it, and puts it on the table and then pushes it over towards you. Don't open it, no matter what.
I reach out and place my hand on the box, and I say, absolutely, 100, we have got this. Just real fast, is there a way that we can get, say, 150 credits of the reward up front? It would help us pay our docking fees and get off the planet. I understand that everyone wants to facilitate a swift deal here.
I am not the one that's going to pay you. And I will not be the one that's going to pay you.
That's not ominous at all.
I am here to just give you this box. You shall take it to Nauhutta.
Interesting. So, assuming we work for the same people, they probably want to facilitate a speedy and easy transfer. So, I would consider maybe an investment in the success of the run on your part. And if we were to succeed with no difficulties, that would make you look really good to your bosses, don't you think?
Can you make a persuasion roll?
Let me see. Let me find where persuasion is. What's my there it is. 19.
My only job is to give you package so that I get paid. But if you want opportunity to get paid more, I know of something.
Wen leans across the table. We're listening.
There's someone who owes me a lot of credits. If you could take care of them for me, I would appreciate it.
Wen looks up at 1N. That sounds like something we can do.
Yes, I agree.
Then
There is an awkward pause as Wen stares at 1N for a moment before looking back over at Wicker. See?
There is a mechanic shop not too far from here. It's owned by a filthy and disgusting Gungan. If you take everything from him, including his life, and bring back the head, I'll give you 500 credits.
That escalated quickly.
Oh no!
that escalated quickly.
What an say?
Oh, that was me. That was Nathan, not Zero.
I know. But...
I transferred it over to Win. I decided he said it as well in game.
I believe that could be arranged.
Are we really opening this podcast with murder?
Are we about to become assassins?
About to be.
Oh my! I'm just waiting for them to be like, "Hey, we're gonna go kill a guy. It'll be fine." We're over at the bar enjoying our drinks, listening to shitty music, watching Robot Bolo Ball on TV.
Tell you what. I'll take the package because that's the broader deal, and we're going to do that. But we will go confer with our associates over there, and if this is something that is within our skill set, we will take care of it for you. And if not, no harm, no foul. It's extra anyway. How does that sound?
No one backs away from Wicker when they make a deal to them.
Good point, and I hear you. Very, very, very strict, honorable. You know what? I think we have already said yes. He looks up at one end.
One end said that could be arranged, not yes. There was some amount of, not 100% here. So we didn't agree to anything fully, completely.
Wicker just stares at you with like a wicked smile and a look. I know you'll make the right choice.
Sure. Wynn stands up, picks up the crate, and walks back over to the three that are back at the bar.
Hey, how's it going?
It's great. It's great. Everything is fine. Minor detail. There's a Gungan that runs a mechanic shop down the way.
Cool.
And we may or may not have agreed to bring Wicker their head.
I would argue
What?
we did not agree to do that. I simply said that we could do that.
What purpose will this serve?
It will get us money that we can use to cover the costs of the trip. Unless one of you has 500 credits sitting around in a bank account that I don't know about.
What the hell do we need 500 credits for?
Well, for docking fees, for one.
I was just gonna bullshit our way off the dock. What the hell did you guys want to see? Go kill somebody now?
I didn't sign up to become a bounty hunter.
Is there a reason other than money why this Gungan's life should be terminated?
Yeah, Gungans are super sweet. They're all nice and they cook really well and they're good cuddlers. What the hell?
Wicker may have interpreted our non-committal ramblings as a yes.
Oh my god.
Even though we didn't technically say yes. Also, this is the crate we're supposed to transport, and he holds it up in the center. There may have been some attempted haggling that might have not gone the direction that it was intended to go.
So now we have. Didn't you say that I know something about Wicker? What did I know about him?
He's a very successful smuggler. He's networked with a lot of very large criminal syndicates to push product through them.
Okay.
And he's also known to be pretty wealthy.
Okay.
We could just get rid of Wicker.
No.
No.
That
This
sounds like
does
a
not
terrible
sound
idea.
advisable. 1N, did you... I currently do not have the capabilities to scan this box. Did you?
No, I was not designed to be able to scan boxes.
Well, maybe one of the droids at the pleasure shop could.
They are not designed to. Well,
I gotta scan something.
I'm not finishing that sentence.
Bringing us away from the droid pleasure shops and they pointedly look over at Zero. We don't have the money to get inside.
So, yes or no? You guys agree to kill a person? Yes or no?
No,
Wicker-
no.
We never agreed to it per se, but Wicker seems to think we did.
Is Wicker still over there?
Yeah.
I see, just like watching us, like, oh, look at the cute dumbasses.
Yeah.
Well, then
yeah,
I'll
he had-
just go ask for clarification. And Zero gets up and walks over to Wicker.
Gauze is going over there too, with like a little pep in her step.
Okay. Wicker sees you approach him, and he has this like really sinister smile on his snaky face.
Has Gauze and Wicker met? I need to know this.
Not officially. This is someone you've seen around or heard about.
Mm-hmm. She just slides in the booth and puts on her best beaky, charming smile. Hi, Wicker. I've heard so much about someone like you big, strong snake.
Who are you? You look good enough to eat.
Oh, so this is my friend Zero. They are so great. We just had some clarification questions.
Did you hire our associates to kill someone, yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. And Zero turns around and walks back to
Zero, where are you going?
we have to go do the job now, right?
No.
Oh.
We are... What would happen if we said no to the whole Gungan thing?
I would be so annoyed. I will put a bounty on each one of your heads.
Oh.
This is why I didn't use my actual designation.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Well, I think that we can work something out.
That is...
What about, instead of killing the Gungan, we agreed to do a different kind of job in the future for you?
What can you do?
Well, I'm sure in 3 to 5 sessions we'll find out. Sorry. Stuff. We can do stuff.
Also things.
And things. Stuff and things. We
I...
can stuff things for you.
So when pops their head over as this is happening and interjects, think of any credits that you put in as an investment toward future jobs that are more in line with our skill set.
I do not think you will survive your delivery.
Oh, we will absolutely survive. Take Lysander, come here, babe. This is Lysander. He is the greatest fighter from his home world.
Lysander, you did not tell me you were skilled in combat.
He looks like this little we are the crew of the Phantasmal Squonk. You think just a simple murder is within our skill set? We have Guys does not know that that one N didn't gave a different name, so because she was at the bar. We have one N, and they are so skilled at their ability to do things. And we have the best pilot in the galaxy when he will get us out of he can fly any ship and they will come out and be like, wow, I am the best pilot because and this is Zero. This is our tank. They are so strong.
I am a droid, not a tank.
That can rip
No.
Wookiees in half, and I am the quickest hands on this side of the core world. Do you think a simple murder is up to our standard?
Murder is never simple.
Ugh.
Can you make a persuasion roll?
God almighty, what am I getting us into? It's called Kick the Can. We're going to push the problem down the road. Fuck. What's persuasion? 13?
Wicker kind of thinks about it for a second and then nods his head and finally says, yes, you will do more important job for me later. But you must complete this mission first. When you head to Now Hutta, send this communication, and he gives you a transponder code chip.
Cool.
So we don't have to
Kill
kill the Gungan anymore?
Yeah, do we have to kill the Gungan? I mean, because that's, if you're going to make me have to spend my hard-earned blaster shots on a Gungan, you better be willing to pay me for it, hun.
You will do a job for me later. Come back to Coruscant. I will make sure it pays well.
Cool. All right. Well, Wicker, you are so lovely. I just love your little fangs. And
About those docking fees?
No, we are fine. We're fine. We're fine. I'm just kind of waving like, go to the door.
Because the whole point of doing the job was to get the advance.
We'll be fine. Go to the door.
Lysander is still kind of uneasy about the whispering he heard.
Yeah, in fact, you feel that cold chill again, and the whispers are just a little bit louder, and you get the feeling that it's coming from that box.
You
that
know what,
gave
Wicker? I'll bill you. I'll send you my bill.
You better not toy with me or assume I am some sort of an idiot.
He's joking.
You're not. You're so smart. I hear your brain is as strong as the tail you use to strangle people. Have a great day.
Okay.
Goodbye.